So the last leg of the stool for the Prism internet marketing framework is the operation I call Relate. And Relate is all about establishing lifetime relationships with your clients or your potential clients on the web. Now, these four pictures are very different. You have a doctor on the top left, you have a shoe salesman on the top right, obviously a local shoe salesman, and then on the bottom you have two of the biggest companies on the web, which is Zappos and the late Steve Jobs of Apple. But they all have something in common, which is they create fantastic relationships with their clients. And they don't just have customers, they have raving fans. Now, if you look at the doctor or the shoe salesman, they really have no choice but to develop relationships with people. That's their sales strategy. They don't have a marketing budget. They survive off of people believing that they're not trying to sell them something, that those people are actually trying to help them. No one goes to their doctor thinking that their doctor is selling them stuff, even though doctors make money off of you, and you should know that. They believe, and hopefully it's correct, that your doctor has your best interests in mind, because doctors have this code of ethics and Hippocratic oath, which they are supposed to be following. And you just trust that they're not going to sell you medication just for the profit, but it's something that you really need. The same thing goes with the shoe salesman. The shoe salesman or the really successful local insurance salesman or waitress in a coffee shop, a lot of people just go to them because they like being served by them and they want to help them, and they believe that this person is not going to make them buy a pair of shoes that don't look good on them, that they really don't need. So companies of all sizes can do this. And the reason I highlight the smallest businesses and the largest business here is no matter what the size of your company is, relationships are important. Apple figured it out, and they've developed a cult-like following of people who cannot wait for the next release of the iPhone. And then also Zappos. Zappos offers free shipping for a year where people can buy as many shoes as they want, and they can ship them back anytime in the next year for free. They also have 24-hour phone customer service that they take pride in, the fact that they actually answer the phone when many web companies like to avoid phone calls. Zappos actually encourages them. They have no time limit on how long people can stay on the phone. They have no sales quotas. Their goal is about service to the customer. And if that means talking to someone for an hour about shoes, then they're going to do that, because they're not about numbers as much as they are about building a relationship. And that's why Zappos is a phenomenally successful and profitable company. So this ties into the Relate strategy, which really boils down to social media on the internet. And most people like to look at social media as a way to make money. And I'm going to propose to you that you really shouldn't try to make money off of social media. You should try to build a relationship with people on social media. And I'm not saying to do it out of the goodness of your own heart. If you build a relationship with people and you really care about them, I've experienced, and I believe you'll find, that you will be rewarded a lot more in the long run by actually caring and providing value to your customers in a relationship rather than always trying to sell them something. So a Relate strategy is really an integrated social media strategy that focuses on the principle of using social media for what the local shoe salesman and the local doctor and some of the biggest companies in the world have done, which is using it to develop relationships. So first of all, listening to your audience. The foundation of any good relationship is listening. Most men don't seem to understand that, as women will say, but listening really is the first part of a great relationship. And then Twitter is the next part we'll talk about. Then how to become a trusted authority, developing a YouTube channel, your website blog, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, webinars and podcasts, and then finally my favorite, ever-present foundation of a unified internet marketing strategy is email marketing. So the first thing you need to do is listen to the conversation. And that's a woman there telling us to listen better. And really, most of us, when we create a product, we're so excited about our business and our product, and rightfully so, because we believe in what we're doing, that we go out and we talk, but we don't listen. And the foundation of any social media strategy is 2/3 listening, meaning spend 2/3 of your time listening and reading what other people are saying, and then instead of just shooting from the hip, join the conversation in a really informed manner. So some tools to do that is set up a Google Reader account, and you can uh, uh, subscribe to all the different articles on there that are relevant to your client base, and then you can look at those and use that to inform your conversation with the marketplace. And then other tools like Market Me Suite or Hootsuite or some other social media management allow you to efficiently manage and watch what's going on out there, what people are saying on Twitter, what people are saying about your brand. And this requires constant monitoring. This is not a part-time job. This is a full-time job that social media professionals need to do. So the next part is Twitter. Twitter is the perfect way to join the conversation. It's a customer service tool. And you can use Twitter a lot. No one minds if you send out 8 to 12 tweets a day. People go on Twitter to read tweets. It's not like their email box. They can just ignore Twitter for a while if they're tired of it. But people need to go in their email box and check their mail. So you have to be a lot more careful on email and Facebook, which we'll talk about later, than you do on Twitter. Twitter's a place where people expect conversation. It's a very chatty network. So focus on educating first. When you do Twitter, we recommend 8 to 12 tweets a day to your audience, but most of them should be focused on educating, where you provide them content that other people have written or that you've written that is really good and they will appreciate. Because if all you do is tell people 8 or 10 times to buy your stuff, they're going to stop following you and they're going to block you. And then you can use Twitter once you've provided great content for people to publish specials and promotion. And if people trust you and they appreciate what you're doing on Twitter, they will not mind at all when you promote your product. The next part to social media and building relationships is becoming a trusted authority. Now, this is an area of internet marketing that has changed a lot. Squidoo, Hub Pages, Easy Articles, and a bunch of other content sites used to be a foundation of a successful search engine optimization strategy. And that's no longer the case. Google, in their latest round of Panda and Penguin updates, really punished the value of articles from Easy Articles, Hub Pages, and Squidoo. And all these sites are places where you put articles that people would really want to read about your topic. They're very educational. They should be well researched. And it's where you get your name out there as an author or an expert in your field. Now, although there's not nearly as much value from a traffic and social search engine optimization perspective now, it's still something that you can do before you even have a website, or in addition to your own website. You can do this to get your name out there. The more you write, the more you publish, the more people are going to understand that you're an expert in your field, and it can't do anything but help you in building your brand awareness and your own personal status as an expert. This requires constant content production. A lot of business owners don't have time for it. You can outsource production of articles, or you just make time for it as a business owner, or have someone on your team full-time who just focuses on producing content. Because Google now is rewarding content more than ever, because they're getting better at finding out what's bad content and what's good content. And then finally, you're going to want to answer all the comments and questions that people post on your articles. And that's also true on your blog, which we'll talk about shortly. The YouTube channel is critical to gaining an audience and developing a close, personal, trusting relationship with your audience. Video is one step closer to being face-to-face with someone. In fact, on your mobile device, it's a lot more personal when you have it very close to you, like you do your laptop and your phone, than it is watching someone on television. So YouTube videos of someone talking to you is a very personal thing, and there's a great value, even if you're just doing a screencast video like this one, which I'm doing. There's great value in providing video content to people, because again, people are lazy and they don't like to read when they could just sit back and watch and listen and get the same information. Production quality should be low. Do not overproduce your YouTube channel. Grainy and authentic works great. You can just hold up your iPhone, record yourself talking for a few minutes about what's on your mind, and then immediately upload it from your iPhone or your smartphone onto YouTube. It's that easy now to create great content. Do not overcomplicate creating content. You can also do screen capture videos like I'm doing and just talk and demonstrate your expertise and show some slides that illustrate your point, and it's very, very effective, as in you're still watching my broadcast, right? And then finally, create interaction with customers through contests. Make contests on YouTube, create interaction, invite things that will go viral. Make your YouTube interesting. You can have people submit videos and reward them for submitting great videos to your channel. There's a ton of ways to make your YouTube channel interesting and relevant for your audience. The next part of a successful social media strategy and a search engine optimization strategy is your website blog. Website blog is critical, and Google updates have given a lot more importance to sites and the content they create on their sites when it ranks search engines. They've decreased the importance of links and increased the importance of content on your own site. So if you do not have a blog installed on your site, you must get one. It is the official voice of the company. This is the mouthpiece of the company. It's like an online magazine. It can be it's a coordinated campaign for blog content. When you do blogs, this should be written by someone very high level in your company. It should not be outsourced. It should all be great content because it represents your brand, and it's very closely associated with your brand. So if you have bad content on your blog, you're going to have a problem. And finally, this takes a lot of effort, high quality writing, and make sure you edit it properly. Facebook. So Facebook is a critical part of the online marketing strategy. This is where you build real relationships with people. I like to think of Facebook as someone going to dinner with their family. No one likes to be called while they're at dinner with their family with someone trying to sell them stuff. Well, the same thing is true with Facebook. No one goes to their Facebook activity feed or their wall and wants to see someone post an ad on their Facebook feed. It's interrupting what people are on Facebook to do. Now, on the side of Facebook, you have banner ads and paid ads, which you can pay for. And people understand that, and they accept that while they're on Facebook, there's going to be ads off to the side. And that's a good place to use Facebook. But what you want to use your Facebook page is for building relationships with people, because the more fans you have on Facebook, the cheaper your ad costs are. And Facebook's trying to reward you for being popular. The more fans you have on Facebook, the more people just know about you. And really what you want to do is just provide great content on Facebook for your to grow your audience, because as you grow your audience on Facebook, there's a lot of advertising benefits that you can use with Facebook without trying to sell people directly on your page. Do not do that. That is a great way to get blacklisted on Facebook by a lot of people. They will just immediately stop following you, and you'll never be able to reach them again, when if you wouldn't have tried to sell them, they could be a long-term potential relationship that you're building. And then finally, you want to create contests on Facebook for brand building. There's a lot of great things you can do on Facebook that will make things go viral. And it's a great platform. If you write a great article or a great blog post, or you do something of value that's very interesting, Facebook is the perfect platform, the biggest social network in the world, to get it out there. So LinkedIn is one of the most underutilized parts of company business strategy. So most companies fail to maintain or create a LinkedIn page. We've met with some very large clients, multi-million-dollar marketing companies, and other companies that do not even have a LinkedIn page. And if you think about LinkedIn, it's the perfect place to develop affiliate relationships. So people who could sell your product for you if you set up a trade industry group, or if you have B2B sales opportunities in your business, you could create a group for the type of business that you're trying to sell your product to. And by providing great content and bringing everyone together and moderating it and really organizing kind of a trade association online, you become the kingmaker in that industry. And if no one's done it in your group, go ahead and do it. Be the first one, and really use LinkedIn, which is an amazing platform for internet marketing. It's also a great place to find future employees. If you're looking for someone, chances are LinkedIn is the best place to find it these days. And it's just a really powerful engine that a lot of businesses do not use. And finally, one of the most misunderstood and underutilized parts of the internet marketing world is interacting with your audience and taking it live, taking your interaction straight to your audience through webinars and podcasts, and really creating great content for your clients that will be valuable to your customers. So the radio talk shows has been a staple of advertising for a long time, and that you can build a similar kind of audience or following on the web. In fact, many radio stations now host on their websites and broadcast that way. So when you have an email list, the best way to get people to get to know you in a very personal way is to invite them to a webinar where you give a presentation like the one I'm giving right now, or you give a live video stream of you talking about something and teaching something. Or you could even just do a podcast and record it and then give it out away for free on iTunes, just to get people to understand, where you interview experts in your field, people that your customers really want to hear from. And there's a great way to use webinars also for advanced sales techniques, which we could talk about in another presentation on how to do product launches and other advanced sales on the internet. But this is really the holy grail of social media and relationship building, is getting your clients to the point where they spend time with you, an hour out of their busy day, listening to you on a webinar or a podcast, and really feeling like they know you on a personal level after they've done this with you. And then finally, the thing that ties it all together is email marketing. Email marketing is critical to attract, convert, and relate, which is the three pillars of a successful email or successful online marketing strategy. And relationship building is really done a lot through email. You want to educate your clients and you want to build relationships with your customers. 2/3 of emails at least should be content based, meaning you do not sell anything on that email. You're just providing them something that is of value to them, and then they appreciate it, and next time you send an email, they're apt to open it. And then the next time you send it again, they're going to open it, and then you just let them gently know about an offer that you have. And at that point, because they appreciate it, they have goodwill towards you for all of the great content you've provided them, then they're going to be ready to buy something from you versus skeptical. Oh, this person is always just trying to push something on me. So email marketing has to be done well. It has to be formatted properly and tracked and measured and tested. And that's through all phases of email marketing. You need to do that. And then finally, ensure that your emails avoid unsubscribes. And if you have too many emails that upset people because you're trying to oversell your product without providing valuable information, or you're spamming, or maybe you sell your list to someone, you're gonna have a bunch of people unsubscribe, and if you get too many complaints, you can even have your email list shut down. So that concludes our discussion of internet marketing strategy, and the question now for you must be, where do you begin? All of you have different strengths and weaknesses in your business. Some are just starting and need to focus almost entirely on traffic, getting traffic to your website so you can test your product or test your website to see if it's actually working. Some of you have plenty of traffic, but you're having a hard time with sales because you're not converting the traffic into leads and customers. And then maybe some of you have great traffic and a pretty good website that's working well, and the easiest thing you could do to grow your business would be just to resell to people who've already given you their email or people who've already bought from you. And then that's the quickest way to increase in your revenue, and then you can reinvest that money in increasing your overall traffic through the attract strategies, or further increasing your conversion rate. But no matter where you are as a business, what you really need is find out your long-term strategic objective, which I've laid one out for you, which I think is a pretty good one, and also figure out where you think your real problems lie. And chances are you probably don't have the expertise to understand where your problems lie, and that's where Prism would be more than happy to provide you with a free 1-hour marketing consultation where we go over your attract, convert, and relate strategy and your situation right now, and then we figure out where you could best invest money to make an immediate impact on your web sales and provide you more money that you can reinvest in a broader based strategy to drive your online sales to reach your long-term strategic objective. So this is Sam from Prism Communications. Thank you for joining us on this webinar on internet marketing strategy, and I look forward to hearing from you and communicating with you more on future blogs and webinars by Prism Communications. Thank you.